investigate.
Delivered!
Purge this heresy from existence!
I always get the job done.
A ruinous favor prevails.
Let the bodies pile!
My supremacy is proven once again. Perfect.
Excellence matters.
For the glory of
I'll mention this triumph in my...
heresy!
Power resides in the will of the righteous!
Keep your wits about you.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
and change things. Sword class it is. Which, of course, we're gonna... Road. Alrighty.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's ability.
Okay. What about now? Can you hear me now? Hopefully you guys can. I was worried this was going to happen. This is why I probably should have. All right. Yep, you can hear me. Fantastic. All right. So, yeah, currently playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I am gonna just have to go ahead and keep the game muted, which means I'm gonna have to be reading this out loud to you guys. So yeah, hope y'all are ready for that. Yeah, this is my first time using TikTok Live Studio, so I had a feeling that, you know, the microphone was being weird and like it was capturing like the game audio twice. It's super freaking annoying. But yeah, overall, playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Thank you for the 6 likes, Cooper. I really do appreciate that. Every like goes a long way, and you know, putting me out there in the sea of people who are probably live streaming right now. Is my AC on? I just realized my AC's not on. No wonder why I'm so hot. All right. All right. No problem. I'm always happy to support a friend however I can. It really does mean the world to me, man. I really do appreciate it. This is my first well, okay, this is not my first time live streaming. I have live streamed 4 times, but one of which was me watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The other one was me playing Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep. The third one was just me making lunch and kind of talking with people. And then the fourth one was when I was packing up for a move and I figured, let me do some live stream stuff. Mountain Dew, the best soda in the world. You played Fortnite with me. That was one of. Yeah, but that Fortnite collab we did was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, sure, we didn't get any wins, which sucked because I was like, oh yeah, we're not stopping this video until we get a win, and that definitely didn't happen. All right. Gotta hop between looking at the chat and playing the game. So, KUNRAD Voigtivir, an excellent place for contemplation. The man who has approached you is gazing down into the depths of the vast temple on one of the lower decks. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity. Truly an awe-inspiring sight. Frankly, such excess can be tiring at times. Hello, Kalner, or Can1er. Welcome to the live. We are currently playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not, I hope your day gets better. All this ostentatious, geez Louise, there's a lot of big words in here. Luxury, this laughable pretense. It is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify. Have we met? Do you have a particular reason for disturbing me? Truly an awe-inspiring sight. The man nods in satisfaction as if your words have confirmed some thought he had. That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is his... Lindsay, welcome to the live. Hope you're having a good day today. We're playing some Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Hope you stick around and have some fun with us. Anyways, to inspire awe and reverence, for it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. He sighs and turns to you. Allow me to introduce myself. KUNRAD Voigtivir. Voigtivir? That's what we're frickin' going with. Master of Whispers in the employ of her ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valancius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before. Voigtivir bows his head and focuses his attention on you. My name is Rose, and as to avoid any misunderstanding, I am a sanctioned psyker. I have no intention of introducing myself. We'll go number 2. I am aware of the fact, Rose, it would have been unacceptable negligence to have overlooked such a detail when compiling your profile. Fate bestowed upon you powers of witchcraft and a duty to use them for the good of the Imperium. Yours is truly an inevitable lot. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles no matter who gave them to you or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius to carry the burden of an heir to this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor. Lord Captain, strange title for the Lady Theodora. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here? You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What is your responsibilities? Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself. You say I'm one of the rogue traders' heirs, so is there another candidate? I assume you have had a goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it. Let's do... You have a curious title. Put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of the House von Valancius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's routine and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others. I assume you have a goal in mind. But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I am sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had the opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Elthrad von Valancius are conversing on the observation platform. Let's join them there. All right, real quick, you guys, I am going to be right back. Just gotta go do some stuff real quick, so I'll be right back. I will see you guys in just a moment. All right, everyone, we are back. Sorry about that. I had a call I needed to take as well. All right, so where are we? Oh, yes. Actually, before we jump back into that, I'm going to try toying around with something. So basically, what's going on is the reason why I've had to mute my game. Michael Thomas, welcome on in. And to everyone who joined, if you're all still with me, welcome on in. I had no idea so many people joined. All right, can this cat stop attacking my feet, please? Excuse me. Anyways, all right, so what I need to do is go to the audio mixer, and I am going to jack up the volume while also we're gonna put this at like 60%, and hopefully you guys are gonna be able to hear me, because so basically my microphone is going to be louder than the capture card, hopefully. Nope, did not mean to click that. Alright, so hopefully that works, just so that you guys can hear the dialogue and I don't have to trip up over my words.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay, that's interesting. Interactable objects. Some objects in the game can be interacted with in a special way. They are marked with specific icons. Some icons allow you to study objects. Other Matthew Weiss, welcome to my live stream. We are currently playing Warhammer 40k Trader. Hope you stick around, and I hope you're having a good day today. If not, I hope your day gets better. Anyway. Some icons will allow you to study objects. Steve, welcome to the live. We are currently playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Hope you're having a good day today, and if not, I hope your day gets better. Some icons allow you to study objects. Others will transfer the character to neighboring locations or launch a small event. These icons become visible when your character is standing close enough to the interactive object. You can interact with such objects using the X button. If there are multiple interactive objects next to each other, you can switch between them using L1 and R1. Some interactive objects, such as doors or chests, are not always marked with icons. Move your character closer to the object. If it is highlighted, then the object is interactable. You can also bring up the cursor using L3 and hover over icons or highlighted objects with it. Use the cursor to interact with objects by pressing X. Press the touchpad to highlight objects your character can interact.
I always keep my options open.
Massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood, a resource of incredible value. Hey, dude, wait for me. Holy cow, my character moves super fast. Like, whee! Oh.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain. What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Really? You're just gonna stand there?
Two arms!
Start combat. To survive the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials. Ow! Stop attacking my feet. These hints and tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer 40k. Press the touchpad to start the battle. Second diagonal cell uses 2 MP. At the beginning of each turn, movement enter restored to the maximum value. Note that once the character starts moving, the action is no longer. Okay, ow. Be careful, man. Or like first attack, area attack, fire shot, area attack. Officer has yep. Conrad, you please do something other than analyze the enemies. I'm severely hurt. I need help.
It's as good as done.
Way more.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from... I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Let us not dawdle.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
My first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is a parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bones. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valencius's features appear as if they were carved from marble. These cannot fucking read. Eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and others. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of the technical band studying the contents of the data slate. The other is a female, bristling, holstered, baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronus expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Alright, Lord Xenos, Lord Ward. Character skills reflect their knowledge. From dialogue, contact, skill pack, that succeeds, no information will be revealed or characters trapped highest score in the applicable skill is selected for each given passive skill test. Little miss, can I help you? Hi. Little miss, I love you to death, but you know, so long as you just sit there, we're good. Alright, those spirits could well be the native's name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Ion, yeah, I think that is 6, engages in. Drew has autism. Welcome to the live. We're currently playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not, then I hope your day gets better. Ion 6 engages in Xeno worship. Lore warp. There are ways to confirm. CEPBIN. I think. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Welcome to the live. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Ion 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several cycles to do so, but it will give us an answer.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
Ooh, I probably want to do it. DC, welcome to the live. Hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not, hope your day gets better. She was doing this earlier too. I was playing Helldivers 2, and she would just attack random things on the screen. It was so freaking fun. Film it. Which option should I pick? 1, 2, 3, 4. What option should I pick? Are you indifferent? You know what? I have a 4-sided dice. Wow, look at me. I get to engage in a nerdy video game while using something else from a nerdy hobby. We will do, if I can find it, we'll do this one. This D4 right here is based off of the Iron Gods adventure path for Pathfinder. I absolutely love the look of these dice. Make sure that she doesn't want to destroying my PC or destroying the line. So 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4. Obviously, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and move the webcam. Slide it down here. Push all of these back. That way you guys can get a somewhat clear view. And if we bring that closer, see that is a 2. So it looks like we are going with does it become any one of our status to engage?
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
Sophia, welcome to the live. Hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not having a good day, hope your day gets better.
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed.
Ooh, okay, that's cool. So I can enlarge my photo, and then I can enlarge her photo. She looks really good, aside from the hairstyle. I do not like that hairstyle.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. KUNRAD Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Ow, ow. Don't miss. Either be still. Oh, and of course let me. Okay, DualSense battery is low. Okay, this thing has been charging since before the stream. So why is it not charging? Do I need to? I think I need to go grab it. Alright guys, I'm back. And as you can see, the controller is actually charging now. Yippee! So, blood right alone is not enough, blah 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 blah.
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly and, as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least. Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. It says in your profile that you bear the brand of sorcery, albeit sanctioned sorcery that is permitted in the service of the Imperium. I am accustomed to the presence of psychers at my side. More than that, I value their unique abilities highly. Perhaps that is why I am so intrigued by Edelthrad's candidacy. A rogue traitor psyker could achieve great things indeed. However, psychers are fragile creatures, and as such I would rather have a replacement standing ready in the event that something happens to Edelthrad. Moreover, even changing your family name will not rid you of the fame you previously garnered. I hope it will also help you bring glory to the von Valancius dynasty, to which you now belong. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
Ow! Got that! Little bit. She is fighting. You are fighting. Why are you so fighting? Are you fine? Fine. Scrumply, as my fiance says. He is very scrumply. Stop trying to bite me. I'm gonna put you over here now. Look out. Stay there. Don't lay down or something. We're doing just fine at the beginning of the stream. Or you can back. That works.
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Your demise is already calculated.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
Lady Theodora.
I can handle this.
Follow my lead! You a target! I took care of this one!
Okay, good job.
Stay vigilant!
Whoa! Okay.
Out of my way! Death to non-believers!
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind a marked shield or if you dead. Most of the character will not actually take that advantage. Cover and character will not
Never stood a chance.
Your character is character's critical damage is stat to the character's total stat value.
I won't stand for it. I refuse.
Okay, well, if I can't stop Theodora. Alright, well.
Chaos guides me! Death to the weak!
Brace yourself, Avalon!
Serve the ruinous powers!
Reduced to dust! took care of this one. Follow my lead. To the heretics!
Don't let your guard down. Who, if not your end, was inevitable?
Look out!
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
Strunkly babby.
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Alright, now we gotta find Heck.
Is there money to be made?
Pull up the map. Oh, that's...
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh, okay. Did y'all frickin' see that? Yeah, you just tried walking on my keyboard. I'm not having that. We're gonna do the last minute because I have to do that thing first. Oh, don't you give me that pouty look. Do not freaking give me that crap.
Always on time, eh, KUNRAD? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Dubby, welcome to live. Hope you're having a good day today.
Master Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
Hope you're having a good day today. I hope your day's getting better. Right now, we're going to be playing some Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Hopefully you can hear me all right.
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officers' deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the war could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
I promised you a special destiny, Rose. It is time to fulfill it. Alright, we are going to take a quick break, guys. I will be right back. Alright, guys, we are back.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful. How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power, the sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel. I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in...
Skill tests and dialogues. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with past skill tests, which aren't made automatically, you decide whether or not to select the option. Success or failure affects how the dialogue develops within the context. You might change the course of the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an act. Detailing your chance of success. Number after the skill's name indicates the difficulty of each character's mouth is filled with sharp metallic veins that blend within strange bright green lights that strange mysterious a whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting that a man being sacrificed. The voices that fill your head
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
play up around your hand, puncturing your skin, sinking into your flesh. Dark drops fall into the surface throat, the servo start up, pump stirring of several long minutes pass, the sentinel's jaws become closed, and you are beginning to feel sick, perhaps if you were to leave the gate.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from. Practically, the sentinel, whatever it is, you clearly hear every word. Yes, it's like paint shoots through the text inside just as quickly. It's in the entity oil consciousness does not have the ability to move anything.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Ha! Suck! Suck!
There is still another way!
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of the dominant person, this person is the bearer of the word of great. To be the paragon of humanity and ruled by accurate man, to triumph over nightmares untold the whole body, the race of things to walk steadily. But Jesus Christ! Can't read that fast.
Escort the child of the house to safety. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by. Middle and upper decks. Assuming increasing the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
As the game's story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating the status of your current and updated, and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal from quick access. Hold right trigger, use the D-pad or left stick to select the journal. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your character on their journey. The quest tab tracks the progress of the main story. Here you can find information about any quests you have accepted and their current status. Use the journal to remind yourself about the next step of your adventure. The rumors and contracts section also contain important information.
I always keep my options open.
Double uh-oh.
Run, fools, or fall!
Ooh, chainsaw.
Mistress? What? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this? What? Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora. Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Ooh, I got it. Well, fight your character suffered an injury after being attacked by KUNRAD. This happens when a character receives damages that exceed 50% of their maximum wounds within a round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty the game achieves. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a med kit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a med kit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a Medicaid skill test to succeed. Use med kits to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Once combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a med kit. Medkits can only be used by characters who have the Field Medic feature, base skill Medicaid, or have taken the Medicaid skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medkit in battle, a Medicaid skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. excuse me. Alabard can heal your character's injury. Hold L2 and select Alabard's portrait. Press D-pad up down to use the medkit on the panel at the bottom left of the screen. Then use it on your character by pressing X. Alabard needs to be standing right next to your character for him to administer the treatment.
I have a nose for profit and
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step.
keep your wits
Sometimes,
about
though,
you.
you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day. This wound will make a fine scar.
I owe you a debt.
I am at your...
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I make profitable learning experiences.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive. I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
Good, don't.
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing? Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same? During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean, and for good reason. For the navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the immaterial. Only a navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Alright, everybody, I am back. Heard one.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense.
Hello, Lil.
In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course. Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To all loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home! And with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Generate the dark god chaos!
No mercy to those who oppose Von Valencius!
And duty go hand in hand. It will be done.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Chaos guides me!
Just a minor setback.
You guys are setting it up perfectly.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
make it happen.
Another enemy down.
Out of my way!
Victory is in one fewer target. I've suffered worse.
On it.
Your end was inevitable.
I won't compromise my principles.
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
Your seneschal is always...
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Alright, so we are going to go ahead and do a quick save, and then we will pause. So, I am going to go ahead and end the stream here, you guys, but before I go ahead and go, I do have some things I want to let you know. If you missed out on today's stream, or you want to rewatch it, it will be live on my YouTube channel tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, you can watch the live stream there. Also, this is not going to be a weekly thing, this will be a monthly thing. Every first Monday of the month, I will be live streaming here on TikTok. And so, hopefully, I don't have any more delays or anything like that. Opening my calendar, the first Monday of September is going to be the first, ironically. So ironically enough, yeah, so you guys will see me live here again playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader on the 1st of September. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Rose signing on. Stay magey, everyone. Good boy.